So when I'm thinking about the gun violence, I think about any community, like any community that you have, and you have the judges of the community, right, or the officers of the community, which is what the police represents, and then you have the community, and so the governing comes from you guys. And so we have to abide by what you say. We have to abide by the rules that you guys put in place. But now, if the people that are abiding by the rules are not conducting the rules, do you think that that plays a part as to why it can filter down into the communities that are already struggling with abiding by the rules, but then when they see sort of corruption or maybe misguided justice happening to them, they say, well, I ain't got to listen to them. Like, do you think that to curb the violence, we have to see a better face than what we are currently seeing? If that makes sense, if you understand what I'm saying.
I think I know what you're saying. What I think, to combat that, or having having conversations like this, going to different meetings. I mean, this is my first meeting here.
Okay.
You guys been around for a while here.
2017.
Right. So
7 years, right?
Inviting us to meetings like this is great. We invite you to our meetings. We have every monthly meetings at PSA 5. I'm sure one of you guys or some of you guys have been there.
Right.
It's open to everybody. It's an honest conversation. You get to speak to our commanding officer. She tells you the stats of what's happening in the community. What are we doing to combat that? And again, it's something that we should be having, and we should be having more of it. Conversations like this help. You know, you can see perspectives of what we do. Yeah.
One more question, and I know we want to introduce the other lady that's joined us today. And not to say that'll be the last question, but I do want her to get in there as well. After you have the conversation, is there any revised training that you do to the patrolmen? So that maybe their conduct in the community.
We have training all the time.
Okay, because the reason I ask is, of course, we always hear the stories of the brutality of false arrests or false shootings and stuff like that. So we be wanting to know. I know when I was riding over here, I'm like, okay, and this ain't, when I make the statement, it's in general, right?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
We can always witness when it's a white ethnicity.
Right.
There's a more kindness, a more patience with them.
Okay. And
then when it's us, though, it's like, hurry up, get on the car, or shoot you first. They don't think their safety first. So it's almost in essence, we can see the protect and serve of other ethnicities, of them being protected, of them being served, but we don't see it filtered to us. And again, the reason why I ask these type of questions, because I agree that there's a lot of violence in New York. That's why we're in New York. That's why we go out on the streets and teach. That's why we do all the things that we do. But we also know that we have to walk circumspectly. Like, we can't be out here being unrighteous, telling other people to be that way. So we have to be fair. So do you think that plays a part? Because when you made a point to say that y'all do the training, but we would want to see more of that in real time. So do you think that you see that? Because maybe you can give us shed some light on that if you see that or not.
I mean, yeah, again, and when I speak again, it's something from my perspective. We get training all the time. Okay. If it's going to the police academy to get training, or it's on the computer where we get refreshers on training, we strive to do a perfect job. I mean, again, it's not a perfect situation that we always get into, but we strive for perfection. I know from being in the department for 18 years, it's changed a lot, and I'm talking about in regards to getting more training for our cops, getting better equipment. I mean, overall hiring, we get I guess paperwork on it. How we try to hire more cops from our community, where we come from. I'm talking about black or brown.
Right.
So the job has changed a lot, and it's changing every day. And again, training, we don't stop training.
Okay.
We don't stop training. And you know, it's something that the department really does well. You know, and again, training, we do it all the time. So it's something I can't speak bad about that, because we train all the time.
So you're saying you guys are putting it on an effort?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we would
Absolutely.
just, yeah, okay.
100%.
So we're going to mark today. We're going to see if we see it out on the street.
Yeah, listen, and invite me more to these meetings. I'll come and tell you exactly what we're doing and how we're striving for perfection.